Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Friday, December the 9th. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Weekly wrap-up. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart. And as you can see, we are 55 pips above that weekly open. We're now at 123.20. And we have a weekly high of 123.43, weekly low of 121.05. We're 215 pips off of that low, 23 off of the high. All the gaps have filled. If we zoom out to the monthly, this is ending the first full week of December. You can see we're making that monthly high right here, and we're well above the wick zone, the upper wick zone of the previous month, and you can see we've cracked through a couple other monthly highs, and we're definitely a solid green month so far, 263 pips. Taking a look at the weekly opening ranges here, we're right above the monthly opening range. We're still below the weekly opening range. So for the open range break traders, there you go. As far as taking a look at the monthly chart and looking at where we are on the year, 1,211 pips below that yearly open. But now we are 262 pips above the yearly midpoint. 1957 above the yearly low, and 1433 below the yearly high. So price is definitely moving back up. It's been a real interesting week on the pound. This the 122.00 number, a lot of price action around there. In fact, it looked like it almost hit it today. Actually, it did on this broker low, 122.008. So that's double O. So that was a pretty nice move. You can see, you inside bar traders, we broke out of the weekly inside bar high at 22.76 or 77 if you want to round up, and we broke out of the daily inside bar high 5 days ago at 122.99. So once again, horizontal lines here, simple trades, trade with the candle color at the line, hard to go wrong, especially if you're using the daily candle color. And inside bar action across the dashboard there. 121 pips for the pound right now. When Walmart, he's still under the weather. We were trading right before the news, and right before the news came out, I think we were about 66 pips, so we knew it had to expand, and I got lucky. I was in a trade short and price had gone against me. I doubled in, and then right before the news that came out, price started moving down. I picked up about 3 pips, but I decided to let one ride, and price dropped like a rock. In fact, there was so much happening, my computer froze up, so I switched over to the phone and I punched out. I think I took what was it? Let me see if I can look on my phone here. But it was a really nice trade, and Walmart was saying, well, you know, it could have gone against you. I say, yeah, but I was just kind of going with my hunches, which is something you probably really shouldn't do, because hunches isn't really part of my trading plan, but I am human. Yeah, I got, let's see, where is that trade? Yeah, I picked up 46 pips from 122.78 down to 122.32, but I was actually upset with myself because everything froze up, and so I missed out on about 20 pips to the downside, and then I jumped back in at right around 40, but since I didn't have access to the computer, I took about 3 pips off of the 40 to 43 or whatever that trade was, but then of course it ran all the way up to 60 and beyond. So I was, like I said, a little upset with that. But that's one of the things when you're trading, you got money on the line. you got to have backups. I mean, if something happens to your computer or that connection, you better have a backup. So fortunately, like I said, I can have my phone and I have my one laptop because I'm out here in the country. I don't have access to anything but cellular internet. So that's the best I can do right here. And no, you can't use satellite because of the 2-second delay. Satellites just unless you're a swing trader, but to do this stuff, it's just no good at all. Buy zone trade, you can see this spike here, and there was something else real interesting. I want to see if this okay. On my other broker, this M30 candle ends here, and then we have a new M30 candle showing a big white or big up bull bar. And so I contacted the broker. I haven't heard back from him yet. I noticed that their candles paint about 5 seconds late, so it could be at the top of the hour plus about 4 or 5 seconds, then the new candle paints. And that's just not good at all. I mean, talk about screwing up statistics. It just really is no good. So hopefully they can do something to rectify that, because that's definitely a problem in my book. But we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, price is coming back down. Red rats, get ready to feast here. And on those news trades, a lot of times you can just set your parameters or to take profit. That way you don't have to worry about you having enough time to react, speed to react, or even if your computer's frozen. So that's one good reason to send in your stop losses and your take profits, because that way, even if your computer goes down, your orders are already in. So if it hits one or the other, your trade executes, as opposed to sitting here. So like right now, I've got some shorts on and I've got my TP set because, I don't want to split my time between watching my live trades and making the video. I'd get too distracted. So I just put my TPs in and we'll see what happens. Okay, Bambino Flex said go long near the pivot, and you can see that spike was down and the pivot trading plan said long at the pivot. And so the pivot was at 122.11. If you would have taken that long, you would have been golden today. We did hit the daily pivot at that 122.11. We've hit the weekly pivot. We still haven't hit that monthly pivot though, so we'll just have to wait and see. We're messing around with the 2300 line. Price just dropped below it by a few pips, and then it's springing back up. You can see in and out of that upper wick zone. We actually touched the lower wick zone on the daily here, and then we shot right back up and through. That was a heck of a move. And you can see right here, this candle, this 1 hour candle, that was the day's range. So it, it broke out of the previous days to the high and to the low side. So that was a quite the move. And looking at these ranges, you can see 121 today versus 93 yesterday on the daily. But let us switch time frames and take a look at the weekly. We've got 238 pips on the week, so that is like the lowest week we've had. Not much range at all this week, so look for possible movement next week, a breakout of the weekly high or low or both. High minus previous high 34, low minus or previous low minus low. You can see we didn't even get close, missed it by over 200 pips. Weekly range here of the high minus close for you rats, 43 for the red rats and 195 for the green rats. High minus open 80 for the buy zone, and open minus low 159. So that would be a nice short for the people shorting in the sell zone. Nice movement though. Dropping down to the hourly, you can see we got a Walmart trade triggering here, and you can see these ranges take out the news here, but we've had some really nice ranges. We'll see, maybe we can get this candle to cover here. Let's see, the open was at 94. See if this can come down to there or lower. We've got a 3 ball on the bottom here, getting ready to try and break through that lower high. And you can see where this resistance turned to support at that double O. We'll see. Usually if it cracks it, it'll come down to 95 and then come down to 90. That's just the way it moves. And as I speak, we're heading down. Always like to see that. Walmart was saying, it's funny, I made a comment that, haven't been getting too much flack like I used to from, the different TRO haters out there. He says, well, maybe that's because we've been showing some, live trades and calling these things out so people can see, we're not full of it. It doesn't really matter what others think. I guess maybe I don't even pay attention to that anymore. And see more double O action there. So if you were just trading the double O line looking for a pip or two, there was a couple of moves right there to be had. And once again, putting in that 3 ball. I don't know what kind of move we're going to get. In fact, we got a M5 green, M1 is green. We'll just have to wait and see. But we haven't quite hit that M30 range yet, so we'll see. M30. So we had a 17, that was the lowest. Then we had a 15. So it'll probably move some more, but who knows? We're at lunchtime, and so and it's Friday. I'm sure the big boys are wrapping it up, going out for their martinis and Coke lunches. Oh. For the range here, range by month, we're at 302, still below that ATR. So we'll have to see what happens. And once again, I don't believe we've extended the range for the year because we are green. And we'd have to be red or really green to move this number up. But once again, it's pretty respectable here. We're at 33.90. We've got 2 years out of 20 that are bigger in range. So chances are, I don't know if we're going to extend that range or not. I would bet against it. Looking here at the trade reminder, see if there's anything significant. I don't really see anything once again. It says you want to fade the pivot, so that's a sell. So I guess off of the highs, you want to look to fade. Future pivot point here on the daily is 22.74. You can see we had that pivot from today. I don't think we had any missed pivots. So, fellow traders, we've been talking about, or actually I've been talking about, because Walmart, I think, was only here one day, about the routine. So I'd like to hear from you guys about your routines to see maybe there's something you can share that works for you. Might not work for anybody else, but might give somebody else an idea about, what they could do to be better at their routine. So, fellow traders, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit the like button so maybe I can move up in that YouTube algorithm. And I'm going to wish you a fun and safe weekend. Get your holiday shopping done. And be really safe out there on the road. In fact, there was a fatality on a bridge that I had just gone across, and maybe an hour or two after I crossed it, somebody head on to a log truck. So they're no longer with us. So just be careful out there, especially during the season, when the weather could be bad. And when you come back to trade, always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.